Okay, let's begin in mountain pose first. So stack your joints such that your ankles are underneath your knees are underneath the hips are underneath the shoulders, and the middle of the ear, if you bisect that, it bisects the shoulder area. So right in the middle. Your gaze is forward, shoulders are relaxed away from the ears, the neck is also nice and long. So from here, let's focus on breathing for energy and exhaling for relaxation. Take an inhale, thinking about the energy from your feet to the top of your head on the inhale, sending oxygen to your muscles, all your cells, and exhaling relaxation from the top of your head and out to the bottom of your feet and out through your toes. Several times at your own pace. Set an intention for your practice. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And begin gentle neck circles, bringing your chin down towards your chest on the exhale and around inhaling as you lift your chin towards the ceiling several times. And reverse the neck circles. Keeping them gentle, smooth. Good. That was about 10 times each way. Good. Release the hands. And let's begin simply shrugging, starting to think about shoulder blade movement up and down. As you inhale, shrugging the shoulder blades and shoulders up towards the ears. Exhaling, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears several times. Make it very mindful, flowing, conscious movement. Good, that was about 10 times. And now squeezing, this is good for posture. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another on the inhale and relax and separate them on the exhale. Good, 2, 3, keep going. And 10. Good. Lift the arms to shoulder height. Fingertip to fingertip. Energetic, strong arms. Begin waking up the arm muscles. And begin circles forward. You can make them as wide or as shallow as you like. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And reverse the direction. And lift the arms shoulder height with the fingertips pointed forward and begin crisscrossing, alternating the movement of the arms. So as one arm crisscrosses as your exhale, inhale to open and stretch the chest, exhale, alternating. Good. Release the arms down at your sides and let's move to the elbow joints. So turn the palms forward, lift the arms up slightly, and this is your exhale. Inhale, bring the fingertips in towards the shoulders. Exhale to lengthen. Keep going. You can touch the fingertips to the shoulders. This is also a very nice exercise when you're feeling tense. You can use this to think about tension leaving out through your fingertips when you exhale. Good. Releasing the arms down to your sides. And now for the wrists, let's begin a wrist stretch on either side of the wrist, outer aspect and inner aspect. On the inhale, curl the fingers in and up, keeping the arms alongside your body as much as possible. Exhale, releasing the fingers and spreading them, reaching out to the sides. Good. Inhaling, fingers in and up. Exhaling, pointing the fingers out to the sides. Good. And side to side, so bring the arms up to shoulder height, fingertips pointing forward, and take the pinkies out to the sides on the exhale, and inhale, thumbs in. Exhale, pinkies out, inhale, thumbs in. Make sure there's no tension in the shoulders as you're doing this. Arms are strong, but shoulders and neck and jaw without tension. And go ahead and release the arms down to your sides. To strengthen the fingers, what we're going to do is pay attention to making fists on your inhale and on the exhale, stretching the fingers down towards the floor. So inhale, making fists, squeeze. Exhale, keep going, inhaling and exhaling, keeping the shoulders soft. We're focusing on the hands. Good. This is, again, another very nice exercise if you're feeling tense or anxious, good tension and anxiety reliever. Thinking about that stress on the fist and then on the exhale, stretching the fingers out and releasing that tension. Well, that should be about 10 lost count. And go ahead and release the fingers, and let's just wiggle the fingers gently. Perfect. Okay, now let's start to think about the spine. Keeping the spine healthy is very important. And so we're going to do a modified cat-cow standing. So take a very gentle bend in the knees, sitting back, very small bend in the knees. Bring the hands to your thighs, just above the knees. And on the inhale, we're going to do cow pose. So the tailbone flips up towards the ceiling, the belly presses forward, chest is forward, shoulder blades down away from the ears, gaze up. On the exhale, tuck the chin, arching the back, tuck the tailbone. So really the only thing that's moving is the back. The arms and the legs are as stable as you can keep them through this movement. We're focusing on back flexibility and strength. As a matter of fact, for these next few, Maddie will turn to the side so you can see. One more cat and cow. Cow, two cats. Beautiful, and turn forward again. Great. Standing tall again, back in mountain pose. Let's modify mountain pose and take the legs out, wider than hip width. You can make this as wide or as shallow as you like. Plant the hands on the hips. And we're going to begin very mindful, big hip circles. So moving through the front, 180 degrees will be an inhale. Moving through the back, 180 degrees will be an exhale. Take your time. Keep the feet stable, planted. Good, then move around the other way. And you should be able to just not feel this only in the hips themselves, but also in the thighs. Can you feel that in your inner outer thighs? Good, releasing that movement. Bring your feet back underneath for mountain pose. And this is going to be a little bit of balance. You can definitely hold on to a chair or use the wall for this, depending on how balanced you feel at the moment. But for the hip joints, we're going to do a few hip swings. So think about supporting your weight equally on both feet, lifting through from your feet to the crown of the head, using all of your muscles from your feet to the legs, wrapping the muscles around the bones, lifting the pelvic floor muscles, those muscles which support the pelvis and are responsible for supporting the start and flow and stop of urination. You're going to lift those so that the abdominal muscles also engage, shoulders are away from the ears. The back muscles are also engaged with the abdominal muscles. The neck is long, gaze is forward. Find a point of focus forward, not to lose your balance, and or again, using a chair to hold on to with one hand while you work the leg. So in this case, we're going to start supporting the weight on the left leg and using the right leg forward and back. So if you had an imaginary chair, the left hand would be holding onto the chair at this point. But let's begin swinging. So it'll be pointing the right toes forward on the inhale and exhaling, pressing back through the heel, keeping the upper body stable the whole time. We're focusing on the hip joints. Back and forth. Good. And of course, another way to modify this would be, Maddie's not tapping through, but you could potentially tap forward, then come to the middle if you needed balance, and press back, then tap in the middle again, if you needed that modification. So keep swinging. For the last few, make it a little bit more fluid, just back and forth, in and out, in and out. One more time, in and out. Okay, bring that to stillness, and now let's get the inner and outer thigh. So swing side to side. Press through the inner heel and through the outer heel. This is inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Yes, and when you need to tap, tap. Another thing to note is this supporting leg, good, bring that to stillness. The knees should never be locked, okay? You should have a micro bend or even a bigger bend if you need to for the supporting leg, but still engaging all of those muscles we just discussed. Now, because the hip is a ball and socket joint, bend the right knee and let's circle out to the side. So you'll take an exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale. 3, 4, 5. Then rotate inwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Bring that to stillness and let's move to the other side. So swings forward and back with the left leg 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now side to side, pressing through inner ankle, outer ankle. Last one. Bend the knee and circle out to the side. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4. Breathing. 5. And inward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nicely done. Standing nice and tall. Bring the feet together so they're touching. Take a slight sit back with the hips. Hold on to the distal thighs just above the knees again. And circle around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Standing nice and tall. Keeping the arms down at your sides. Step back into mountain pose, lining up your joints. Good. And now let's focus on the toes. Toes only. So we're going to focus on keeping the rest of the foot down except for the toes. So you think about grounding through the ball mound of the foot underneath the big toe, under the baby toe, and underneath the heel on the inner and outer aspect. So on your inhale, lift and spread the toes, and exhale, bring them down. As much motion as you can get into the toes, spreading them as well, good. And exhale, bringing them down. Inhale, and exhale. Keep going. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now heels up. So again, you can always use a chair for support. Inhale, lift the heels only, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Good. Bringing this to stillness, and let's rock side to side. So take the feet out ever so slightly away from one another so you have room, and you're just going to roll out to the sides and inhale into the inside. Exhale out, inhale in. Good. And releasing that movement. Bring the feet back underneath you into mountain pose again. Let's do a whole body stretch to end. So take the arms up and out to the sides. Reach out. Bring the fingers on top of the head. Interlace the fingers. Take a breath in here again. And on the exhale, turn the palms upwards. Stretch up to the ceiling. Good. So you're keeping the neck long still, lengthening through the arms. Good. And then taking another breath in and exhaling, hinging over to the right. Press down into the left foot, grounding here. You can even press the left hip out a little bit. Good. Keeping the gaze forward, or you can look up at the ceiling. Then on the inhale, lifting up again. Exhale to the other side. Grounding in that opposite foot again, pressing the hip out ever so slightly. Head forward or up. Inhaling, coming back up again. Good, and now smooth it out. Go at your own pace. If the interlace of the fingers is difficult, you can always grab on to the wrist with this hand. The other way, the other wrist. Grab onto this, good. And hinge over this way. Hinge over this way. Over there. Good. And now switch the direction, the grasp. Good. Over this way. Beautiful. So this version is, again, if it's difficult to interlace the fingers. And good, bringing it down. Bring the arms back to your side. And focusing again on your breath. Bringing the arms up and out to the sides, and exhaling them down to your heart. Take an inhale, and exhale. Namaste. Thank you.